Noel's News! It's Noel's News!
And young fella.
Well, Noel, how are you?
Fucking roasted.
You enjoying your second week in Lanzarote?
Starting to get a bit seedy now, not gonna lie.
You shook?
Fucking, I am, Hiroshima. I am shook.
Whoa.
You know, cheap old grog.
Yeah. The cheap old drug will catch you in the long term.
Yeah. Now, I have a question for you.
Lovely.
At what age do you become a man?
I would probably say 18.
Well, maybe it's in the age. Like, is it when you drink your first pint? I remember my first pint well. I was nearly late for my own communion. Is it the first time you make love to a woman or a man?
Okay.
But it doesn't count if it's only a hand shandy now.
It has to be full on.
Yeah. Or is it when you get a job, earn a few pounds?
That's good. That's a good point.
You know, and you decide you're ready to fight your own father. You know? Well, there's a young man in England, and he'd have to be getting a right lesson. And he's only 18, but he went in the stag with a bunch of men. Men used to sogging pints, used to duking it out, you know, breaking horses and picking stones, no shoes, sleeping in ditches, you know, breaking rocks, lifting blocks.
Tough men.
Yeah, tough men now. It was the Aherlow under 14 team. No. Hey man, it's a bunch of men from Liverpool, right? And it was this young lad's first time going to a proper session with him, right? He's only 18. Now he found himself alone in a strip club at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Ooh.
Right? Langers. Absolutely Che Guevara.
Okay.
Right? And he left the strip club at 1 o'clock in the morning. When he woke up the next morning, he realised he had spent 3,500 English pounds.
No.
That is a fact.
Oh, God.
Some money. Now, I never liked using the Queen's money. No, I couldn't have the Queen's head looking up at me. No good. When I was working, I worked in London once upon a time, and I used to use the barter system. Right? I wouldn't use the money. I'd go to the boss man, and I got him to pay me in oranges.
Oranges?
Yeah, you couldn't get oranges in Ireland at the time. So, this is a big deal.
Around when was this?
It was a while ago now. You know, I was the only man in the village that ever had oranges at the time. It was a big coup.
Wow.
At the time, right? And you go down the pub with a wheelbarrow of oranges, and it was 3.5 oranges for a pint.
Would you have to cut the orange at the bar?
Oh, there'd be fucking juice everywhere. And the vitamin C in oranges is very good for brain function.
Okay.
And that may be the reason I have such good memory at my age.
Okay. At your age.
Yeah, now I don't remember what age I am. But this young lad, his name was Will Turton, and he got a lap dance, which is £120 to go.
Where was he getting in?
It's in some strip club in Liverpool.
Wow.
Right? So it's £120 per woman per half hour. So if he spent 3.5 grand, that means he got 29 lap dances. Where 2 or 3 young ones at a go.
Jesus.
That's 3.5 grand. Maybe he had a few pints too.
Okay.
A few scampi fries.
Yeah.
They're not fucking cheap.
They're not cheap.
They're not cheap. Big money. So, you know what I mean? Price wasn't long racking up. And he kept getting dances until his card was declined. All his money in the world was gone.
Jeez.
Ding dushed. And he didn't even get the ride.
Yeah, does he?
But like, them women, they don't ride you. Like,
No.
It's just, like, you're not allowed to drop your britches. They only kind of suggest sex by teasing you.
Okay.
It's like watching when Jean Byrne does the weather. She's not going to ride you. She
Just doing the weather.
yeah, but you want to ride her. You know what I mean? That woman, oh my God. You could pour her over your spuds. Ate her up. So, I can never concentrate when she does the fucking weather. So, this young lad, he has no money now. No money. And somebody has gone on Facebook and started a fund. They're going to donate money to him.
GoFundMe.
There you go. because he says his drink was spiked. Now, which is when somebody puts something in your drink and then straight away you're Christy Moored.
Okay.
You're floored. Okay. There was this. No, I'd never been to like a strip club, but there was a stripper one time in the Shamrock.
Was there?
Yeah. The boys told me afterwards she had fake boobs.
Go away.
And I fucking thought they felt funny, you know. So she was bopping around the front bar and the boobs never moved.
Jesus.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Like a stone. Like a stone. So she was putting baby oil all over herself and fucking dancing around and Margaret cleaning up behind her as she went. She was up on top of Shamey Dalton's lap, dancing away. Not a jive now, kind of a sexy dance.
Okay, sexy dance.
And the sweat was dripping off her. Jeez, when she was finished, Margaret offered her my waddy. And a plate of cocktail sausages. And that was Shamey Dalton's 70th. A great night.
A great night.
Powerful night.
Oh, God.
My second story of the week I want to talk to you about is, did you ever let on you were somebody you weren't? Or make out you had more money than you actually do?
I've done that, yeah.
You've done that. Well, it's a very interesting case after going to court. Now, I did it once. We were down the local and you wanted Della Hunties. It was only back from her holidays. And she came into the pub like she was the fucking Queen of Sheba. You know what I mean? And she was thinking she's very high class, looking down at all the local lads, you know, looking down her nose at you. I told her I had 50 acres of road frontage. And she was on me like shite Noel. Telling you that. I told her my leather jacket was Calvin Klein.
Go away.
Yeah, it was actually belonged to Kevin Ryan. And I won it off him after a Titanic game of slaps in Clonmel one night. And I knew as soon as I put it on, it was like 10 a mug. That was the jacket for me.
Just a good fit.
Yeah. Do you know this jacket won't stop the bullet?
Go away.
That's fact.
How?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Friend Cotter was robbing the post office one time. And he had his jumper pulled up over his mouth. But I knew it was him. Because he was wearing his Guinness hat. It's a very distinctive shade of blue, this Guinness hat.
Okay.
And it says, fuck Gaddafi on the back. But he wears it when he goes drinking. So I call it his Guinness hat.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't actually say Guinness on it. But it's a pity. He never got on with Muammar Gaddafi, the Libyan dictator.
Did he not?
No. They were just too alike. It was an awful pity. They couldn't get on. Friend Cotter and Muammar Gaddafi. Couldn't get on. I love him. And Fran was robbing the post office. And that's fine, like, right? But Carmel was after getting 3 stars on the scratch card for winning streak. And she was mad to get on the telly. It was Mike Murphy at the time was doing it.
Okay.
Now, like, just before Marty Whelan took over. Jeez, I wouldn't send her up to one at Marty Whelan and never get her back. Huh? Unless I see her. So I was sent down to do the scratch card in the post office, sent it up to Dublin. And I said to Fran, you know, there's going to be fucking war at home if this scratch card don't get sent off. So I says to Fran, look, I know who you are. And you know who I am. And if this card don't get to RTE for next week's show, you'll know the end of Carmel Furlong's frying pan. Because you get it straight into the puss. And he looked at me. And he saw the leather jacket. And he put down the gun and walked away.
No way.
And that is one of many times that the leather jacket
Stop the bus.
has saved my life. Okay. That's a fact.
Oh, jeez.
So there's a court case out in America by the woman of name of Anna Sorokin. She pretended she was a German one, a bit of an ARS they call it. She said she had this big trust fund, 60 million.
Okay.
And she was going to inherit billions. And she moved to New York and she pretended she had loads of money and she got a big loan and credit cards. I never used these, but the thing is called credit cards. She went into this big fancy hotel and she block booked a big deluxe suite, the whole lot, right? And she charmed them all. She gave them all a bit of handy chat. And all the staff that came near, she gave big tips. Carry her bag, $100.
Wow.
Open the door, $100. Flash out, right? And she never actually gave him her card details. She charmed her way in, right? And she has been found guilty of stealing 200,000 grand dollars and scamming loads of places in hotels. And she has been sentenced to between 4 and 12 years in jail in America, depending on good behaviour.
Wow.
But I'm not happy with this. Between 4 and 12 years. Like, fucking, which is it? Which is it? You know what I mean? There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's fucking years in the difference, like. There's years in the difference. And, like, she might have plans. Like, between 4 and 12 years. Who's feeding the dog?
He'll surely be dead after 4 years, though.
Well, maybe she have a cat. Who's collecting the post for the porch? Do you know? These are things the woman needs to know. She's originally from Russia, and she's not rich at all.
Oh.
From the fucking Bob. She impressed everyone. She went to nightclubs. She had them all around her. She was telling them stories. She was good old Shanachie. And she was saying, I'm going to open up an art gallery here in New York. And then in front of them all, she got a big bottle of vodka, and she paid for it. So they all saw it. And then they all assumed she'd big money. And she was invited to all the dues. And she even got a free holiday to Morocco off one of her new friends. And she never paid her one back. Do you know how much it was?
Well,
60 grand of a holiday.
That must be some holiday.
Fucking Morocco. Huh? You'd buy half a Killarney for that money. So, 60 grand now. If she owed me $6, I tell you, there's no amount of private jets that woman get away from me. She can fly to Paris. I will come out of a croissant and bust her. She can rent all the deluxe fucking hotel suites she like, and she will be woken up one night by the sound of a rustling leather jacket entering the room, and she will know Noel is here to collect. And that's why our club has the highest membership of Club Lotto in the county.
You go around, do you?
Yeah. So don't be pretending to be something you're not. Posting pictures on the internet. Oh, everything is great. Just remember you're one of the Delahunties. That's all I'm saying. Just take that with you. Okay? Take that home with you. Lastly, I got a bit of local news.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
I rang Dermot and he was telling me, big news at home. Phil Collins got a kick of a cow.
Phil Collins?
Yeah. Son of Philly Collins.
Oh.
The truck driver. He got a fucking kick of a cow.
Go away.
Yeah, Phil Collins from Oakview Estate inside in town, who you'll all know locally, because he does a great rendition of My Little Chipper Van on a night out. The Richie Kavanagh hit.
Okay.
And his son, young Philly, was helping out at Halley's farm. They give him out a hand. Now, young Philly spent most of the day, he's driving a lovely 1981 Massey Ferguson 590. It's a grand little yoke. And it has now a Tanko loader on it and all. And he was flying, right? But Halley rang him to say, would you stay on and do the cows that evening? Because Halley was after getting arrested after getting into a row with the vet. Well, the vet said one price and Halley said another. So the vet went to hospital and Halley went up to the barracks. And he had been tied in the barracks, locked up. And he only got one phone call. So then he ring young Philly to do the cows. First things first. Now, after driving and loading all day and milking 60 cows, and he'd nothing to eat, only an orange I had left him in the cab from my London days. Young Philly was well tired, and he was on to the last row of cows to be milked. And of course, you have to have the radio on milking the cows.
Yeah, yeah.
And who came on the radio? Only Celine Dion. And didn't the cow get an awful fright? He'd never heard a noise like it. Thought it was a banshee. And didn't he kick young Philly in the hand?
Jesus.
And he broke his arm clean off.
Clean off?
That's a fact.
No way, that's fact.
Broke his arm clean off. Gone. Now the doctor said he'd be okay in 4 weeks. but they're going to put a cast on his arm.
Okay.
But the big problem is, now Philly is turning 9 next week. And unfortunately is going to miss out on a chance to represent the club and the under 12 South final next week. So I want to word with Halley. If this is the way he's going to be treating our star players, that's just I'm going to go home and I'm going to go home now.
Have a word.
And have a word with Halley. And for yourselves, I will be back. And 'tis like Dr. Dre used to say, just chill till the next episode. Okay.
Ah, brilliant stuff. Thanks a million, Noel.
Don't you get sunburnt now.
Are you flying home today?
I'm getting a lift off Jimmy Barry Murphy.
Okay.
He's a boat.
He's a boat, does he?
Yeah, he said he have a load to pick up in Maracha. So
Grand.
we'll go on via Maracha and we'll tip on then after that. Stopping in Port Arlington. Port Leash, Mount Medic, Temple Tiwi, Temple Moor, Limerick Junction. And then how I get home from there.
Brilliant stuff, Noel. Thanks a million.
Yeah, look, don't get sunburned, but I suppose there's no sun inside in fucking PJ's bar, is there?
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Yeah, man,
Come on, mind yourselves.